It's a crazy text.
What are you insinuating? Like, is that a...
How we doing?
Hey. Beautiful.
Where's my wife?
Where your wife? Where your wife at? We want to get her.
She go in already?
Come on, wifey. We need you.
3 names: Scarlett Johansson, Justin Baldoni, and Ryan Reynolds. Oh, I am about to blow your mind, and I need to know if you think this is as intentional as some seem to think.
You know, FOMO and all of that. It's hard to look through like other people's lives and not, you know, compare your own.
I was in the areola.
I'm sorry, this guy isn't on my list.
Please, I know the owner. If you want to move out of the friend zone and into her end zone, pay her a compliment, like nice cooking or...
Everyone gains 10 points next to her.
I'd have with you.
What the?
Play a little under-the-table footsie that'll have her saying, is that a giant, old, soft, decaying banana in your pants?
That's what she'll say? I gotta say, that's just a little hard to unpack.
So's my wang. It's a skin slinky, Colin.
I'm sorry, you guys...
Blake Lively isn't just Hollywood's golden girl, she's a master of reinvention. From Gossip Girl to Hollywood royalty, her love life has always seemed like a fairy tale. But what if it was more strategic than it looked? Think about it. A pattern of falling for co-stars at just the right moment, ties to Hollywood's elite, and an uncanny ability to remain scandal-free despite whispers of behind-the-scenes drama. Even Ryan Reynolds, her picture-perfect husband, was wrapped up in controversy when they first got together.
Reports were that Blake Lively and Leighton Meester, who played best friends on that show, were not friends during the 6-season run of the show. Leighton Meester and Penn Badgley and other Gossip Girl co-stars have remained silent in the wake of the Baldoni legal drama. Neither Meester nor Badgley follow Lively on Instagram.
What if her personal and professional life had been carefully woven together, ensuring that every romance, every friendship, and every career move perfectly aligned with her rise to stardom? From messy set feuds to rumored affairs to a PR stunt that might have saved Ryan Reynolds' career, Blake Lively's journey through Hollywood relationships is anything but ordinary.
And you know, you need that. You need that for the entertainment and the grit. But this stuff does happen, and it's good because we do address these issues. It does open the door for conversation for parents.
Blake is 21 or whatever she is, 22. She's a fabulous, as you can see, she's a gorgeous young woman. She was in The Town with me.
And such a great movie. I love that
Thank you very much. And she was fab.
The glitz and glamour, Blake Lively was just another aspiring actress. Her first known boyfriend? Kelly Blatz, a musician turned actor she met while filming Simon Says. They dated for 3 years, with Blake still struggling to make a name for herself. But everything changed in 2007 when she landed the role of Serena van der Woodsen in Gossip Girl, and Kelly was left behind. This was the beginning of a pattern, a breakup just as Blake entered a new phase of fame. But her next relationship wouldn't just be a boyfriend, it would be a co-star.
Everyone laughs and Blake turned her head. She had that whole thing planned. It's like, oh, I'll look at him, all dramatic. I mean, come on.
Come on. You would think that they would maybe be laying low, but I guess not.
We need to talk about the fake paparazzi stunt. Apparently, Ryan Reynolds and team decided that they wanted to get in the press, that he's still beloved, that people still love him. And so he was just pictured walking into a random building, and there were all these fans outside with these photos strapped to cardboard for him to sign. We all remember comma, comma, comma.
Yes.
None of those bitches had huge cardboard cutouts or pictures of Anne Hathaway.
Right. Blake and Penn Badgley started as on-screen lovers in Gossip Girl. But did you know she initially hated the idea of him being cast? Sources say Blake was furious when Penn was brought in to play Dan Humphrey, and she allegedly tried to turn the cast against him. But that didn't work. Penn charmed everyone, including Blake herself. By 2008, they were a full-blown Hollywood it couple, attending red carpets together and being paraded as CW's dream pairing. But behind the scenes, something was off. Rumors spread that Blake was moving on before the breakup even happened.
Okay, right. With markers for her to sign. It's all iPhone, take a selfie with me. That's what people want. This entire alleged setup by his team that he's just still so sought after. It's just hilarious.
It's hilarious.
Internet's buzzing with speculation that there was more happened behind the scenes. I believe this. I believe that she liked him. She kind of fell for him. Those scenes were super steamy. They had great chemistry. You could see that in the movie. And she was very kind of flirtatious in that video when they were kind of dancing side by side.
In fact, insiders claim she was already entangled with Ben Affleck, her co-star in The Town, before officially ending things with Penn. Blake Lively was never just another actress. She knew how to build connections, and her role in the town wasn't just another job. It put her in the orbit of Ben Affleck, who was not only an A-list actor, but also a respected director.
Blake Lively had a point on one thing. Her time as the Hollywood it girl. The days of the left bullying and controlling us without much pushback. The days of the media pretending to be objective and independent and demanding to be left be owned. It really does end with us. And not a moment too soon.
Sources claimed Blake used her signature move, baking treats for her co-stars, to build a personal connection with Ben. And while they never confirmed a relationship, the cozy behind-the-scenes moments and his endless praise for her suggested something more. But there was one big problem. Ben was still married to Jennifer Garner. Their marriage was already rumored to be crumbling, and some believe Blake was one of the final straws. The two never went public, but Blake's next romance made sure she was back in the headlines. In 2011, fresh off the Affleck rumors, Blake Lively...
It's sort of like a college roommate that you're super fond of, but just don't live near and don't see, and you don't really have the same things that connect you anymore. That's really what it's like. Okay. Chase and Leighton happen to be two who I'm more recently in touch with, partly because of the podcast, but that's more or less circumstantial. You know, I mean, it's like I think we all remain like, none of us live near one another, but we're just sort of like, we remember it fondly, and when we do run into each other, it's like, hey.
Shocked Hollywood by dating Leonardo DiCaprio. If you know anything about Leo, you know he has one rule: no girlfriends over 25. Blake was 23, perfectly fitting the mold. Their first date? Not dinner, not a red carpet. They were spotted together on Steven Spielberg's yacht. Their romance was a whirlwind with trips to Venice, Disneyland, and Australia. But was it love, or was Blake simply positioning herself next to the biggest name in Hollywood? One weird detail? She would send Leo photos of a doll. Yes, a doll, posing in different locations as a way to keep in touch. No one really knows.
Surprised by the success?
Yes, a little bit. It's a little strange to walk down the street and see the big billboards and
everywhere.
Yeah.
On buses, everywhere.
Yeah.
Now, you know, there's a lot of provocativeness in the show.
Yes.
Sometimes parents get a little freaked out by what they're seeing. Do you feel that is too much, or do you feel like you guys really do have it under control, that it's not outrageous?
Well, I mean, I think that our show takes place in a heightened reality a little bit. I think that a lot of the realism is lost in the sparkle, and it's meant to.